Doctor, my sister has been diagnosed with COVID and she is having symptoms of cough, fever, although she is not having any shortness of breath or breathlessness or any chest pain. And as we are living in a single house, so I am also in a close contact. So we are monitoring ourselves for every symptoms like any shortness of breath, and as we have got one pulse oximeter, so for every 2 hour we are monitoring our saturation level. Most of the times my oxygen level is coming around 95 or 96, but sometimes the machine shows the reading of 92 or 93 like that, although over a period of time, like after a few seconds the value comes around 96. But this fluctuation is I'm much afraid about these fluctuations, because we are constantly getting news about someone dying because of the sudden dip in the oxygen level. So should I be afraid, or should I consider this one as an alarming symptom? I'm very much afraid of this fluctuation in the saturation in the pulse oximeter. Kindly guide.
Well, you rightly have put up a right apprehension, which is commonly like asked by many people nowadays. So even if your sister is having symptoms and you are doing the monitoring with the help of a oximeter, that is a good thing. But I would just like to tell you that oximeter is a device. It's basically a LED device, so light emitting diode. So what it does is it basically tends to send some light rays and picks up the frequency with which the gases which are there in our body, so the amount of absorption that they are getting into the blood vessels. So basically it gives an approximate amount of the oxygen saturation that is being maintained by our system. So it is not the correct version, but yeah, definitely it helps us getting the approximate version of the oxygen saturation in our body. And the doubt that you asked me was there are a lot of fluctuations in a day, like sometimes it is 96, sometimes it is 92. Definitely such things happen, but you have to cross check. Like, you have to cross check means that firstly you have to check whether your device is working properly. So if your device, when it is showing a low reading, so whether the device is properly fixed and fitted onto your finger properly, you should check for that. Secondly, you should use the same device and put it on some other family person who's not infected. You should put on that person, and then you should see if they are getting a correct saturation in that, and or they are also for them also it is showing as low saturation. Because if something like low saturation is there in a normal person, then you should feel that the device is not properly working, or there are battery issues, so you should get that corrected. Then coming to that, there can be other issues which can result in low saturation, like when you have put the device, maybe your fingers are moist or maybe they are cold, so again that can hinder the readings. And also, like in females, they have this habit of putting nail paints. So even if there is nail paint, so that basically hinders the device from getting the exact saturation level. And also sometimes if you are not getting this reading appropriately in one finger, you can go and check onto the other fingers, and even if not in the fingers of your hand, so you can just put it on the great toe of your foot. And again, I would just say that don't go by a single reading. You should take multiple readings, and you should basically observe the trend of saturation. So if your trend of saturation, there are fluctuations in every person during the day, but if your trend is a trend which is showing like daily you are having a lower saturation and it is going down day by day, then that is something which is alarming. And also the most important factor being, if your clinical symptoms, if you're having symptoms of breathlessness, or you're having symptoms which are affecting your respiratory system, like you are feeling chest tightness, or you're having a greater respiratory rate than your usual normal self, then these are the symptoms. And your saturation, if there is a dip in your saturation, that can be alarming. That is a pointer towards you also going for a repeat testing again, and going for a proper treatment from your concerned doctor. So that is, I guess, that would basically fulfill your this apprehension, that definitely it is good that you monitor, but you should not get afraid or you should not become apprehensive. And another thing, that people who become apprehensive, they sometimes become so panically that they start hyperventilating. And hyperventilating, what happens when we hyperventilate, when we take like we start taking breaths more than the usual, then we basically take shallow breaths. And shallow breaths means that you're not giving enough oxygen to your lungs, so you're just superficially breathing, your respiratory rate increases and you're superficially breathing, you're not getting letting the oxygen go totally inside your lungs. So that again is a factor that will result in the dip of saturation. And lastly, one more point, that mainly this dip in saturation, as complained by many patients, it is during the night time. So nighttime, it is normal for any normal individual. There is dip in the saturation. The way we sleep in that position, there is the how the lungs are placed in the lying down position. So there is dip in saturation. So I guess there is no need to be afraid if there is such dip in saturation in a normal person. But definitely, if you are having symptoms and there is a dip in saturation and there is a